I don't trust anybody. I believe that the political elite have got, it's them first, then us. Britain at the moment, I would say, is and in need of immediate repair. It's fractured. We've got a little bit of time, although I do know it's running out rapidly. Nigel Farage, I know things that other people aren't particularly privy to. Again, I don't trust him fully. Please, Nigel, please follow through with what you're saying, but he's backtracked on bits and pieces. We've been gaslit by the mainstream media for years, gaslit by Parliament. Starmer will look you in the eye and tell you you're white. That's how he is. We don't want to be gaslit. He'll tell me I've got a ponytail. Like, no, Starmer, you're gaslighting me. I know I haven't. I checked it this morning. I shaved it this morning. You've conned us. You've scammed us out of our belief and our hope. Shame on you. You're going to jail. Starmer should be in jail. Sort your heads out. Whether you realise it or not, we're on the precipice of a civil war.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Daily Espresso. I'm JJ Nishobi, but more importantly, this is Liam Tufts. Liam, welcome to the show. Let's get straight into it, mate. What's wrong with Britain?
What's right with Britain?
No, I said, what's wrong with Britain?
All right, okay. Well, I'm trying to work out what's right. Everything's wrong with Britain at the moment. It's lost its feel, its vibe, its confidence, its heartbeat, its bounce, its belief. Britain's fucked.
Okay, that's fine. That is fine.
That's as strong as I'll take it.
Okay.
Respectfully. Yeah, Britain's is in a shit state, and there is plenty of cause for concern. And I feel like I don't want to scaremonger people with stuff that I know and I see. I keep my ears to the ground, and I speak to a lot of people. I'm not someone that's just sort of, well, I don't bark on the internet. I interview people and I get their perspective.
Yeah.
And the more I hear, the more I worry, and the more I think I'm kind of morally obligated to pass this message on so people are aware and prepared and don't get things misconstrued. But in answer to your question, the state of Britain at the moment, I would say, is fucked and in need of immediate repair. It's fractured.
If someone was parachuted into the UK today, what would they see?
Wow. Well, they'd get parachuted into the UK. They'd expect to see red telephone boxes, Big Ben, fish and chips, pie and mash, and then they'd parachute into Brick Lane and think, what road am I on? Oh, it's in Arabic. Am I in the right country? Let me go Whitechapel. Oh, there's more Arabic. Let me have a little look around. Britain, the land of the free. Women in short skirts and high heels. Men walking with hairy chests, proud of where they come from. Union Jacks draped over their shoulders. Like, am I in the right place? I think people would be shell-shocked if they was to be parachuted in, especially if they were parachuted in 30 years ago. So they would then see the change in demographic.
Yeah. Well, what are your views on Islam in Britain?
Islam in Britain?
Yeah.
I don't think it's great for Britain. I don't think it works with Britain. We are supposed to be the land of the free. We're not into the suppression of female. We're not into Sharia courts. We're not into cousin marriage. No offence if you are, but you never know.
Not anymore, mate.
But no, there's a place for everything.
Yeah.
And Islam belongs in Islamic countries because they're not tolerant, they're dominant. They don't come here to assimilate and blend in. They don't respect conservatism or Christianity. They want to come here and they want to be the law. I mean, we can see that with the London mayor. He pushes Islam like no one's business. He celebrates Eid more than he does Christmas. So, and I want to make it clear, I'm not anti-Muslim, but I'm very critical of Islam, and I think a lot of Muslims are victims of Islam. And I'm not entirely sure if a lot of Muslims know the full strength of Islam. So for me, I think, by all means, you've got to have your faith if you live here. And if you were born in an Islamic family and you go to the mosque once a week, but you don't really take it too serious, you're not militant, you don't follow the Quran to the letter. If it brings you spiritual comfort, fine. Don't ram it down our throats, but remember, you're the guest here. Your religion is secondary to Christianity. That's always been the way, and we do not want to arm wrestle with you.
But then, as you say, this is Britain, land of the free, and part of that is practice whatever religion you want. I'm a Catholic. I will still defend a Hindu, a Sikh, a Muslim, a Jew to practice their religion freely because that's what we're supposed to do in this country. Everyone can do whatever they want to do.
I hear what you're saying, JJ. You tell me the last time a Sikh, a Jew, a Hindu chopped someone's head off, stabbed multiple people, drove into people with their car, shouted Allah Akbar. You tell me the last time there was gangs of Hindus, Sikhs and Jews gang raping girls on an industrial scale. This is my bugbear with Islam. Because I grew up in Crawley. So I've grew up with a load of Muslim friends. But they're westernised. They have assimilated. They've assimilated, so they've adopted our traditions, our values, our principles. They're not the ones that I've got an issue with at all. But the ones that we're importing from Afghan and all these other places where the laws are very, very different, and the mindset and the principles and the whole mindset, what they're used to, you know, straight from the womb. Hate the West, marry your cousin, sleep with children. It's like, we don't want that here. So there has to be a clear, we're moderates, we're not. But I would like to see moderates speak up against the extreme. Or, I mean, a lot of people say that if you don't follow the Quran to the T, you're not actually a real Muslim. So, I mean, you take from that what you will. And I'm going by lived experience. I've interviewed ex-Muslims that have left the religion, men and women, apostates. And when they rattle off the threats that they've received, I think, well, if somebody leaves the church, or if you sit there and you're Jehovah's Witness and you think, do you know what, I'm fucking sick and tired of knocking on people's doors, preaching to them, I'm out of here. No one's threatening them with death. So that's my bugbear. I wish it was a religion of peace. If it was, I may convert myself.
I doubt that, mate.
Nah.
Now you, excuse me, you and your mate Tommy, you and Tommy Robinson.
Tommy who?
Oh, Tommy. Some of the things that people criticise you guys for, they will say you and Tommy are paid by Israel. So are you and Tommy Robinson being funded by Israel? Is that a thing?
Well, no, it's not a thing. It's a fucking strange thing to say. I mean, if I'm being funded by Israel, they're not getting a great deal of value for their money. I don't talk about them. I've been out there once. I got offered to... So an influencer asked me, do I want to join their party to go to Israel and have a little look? Just as the ceasefire was agreed with Trump. And I'm like, absolutely, because the streets of London have been dominated with Israel and Palestine. Them pro-Palestinian marches waving Hamas flags. Absolute insanity. So I thought, absolutely. Because I don't believe the mainstream media. So...
Thanks. Cheers, mate.
But you I trust. You've got that honest look in your eye. But I like to see things with my own eyes, and I like to hear it with my own eyes. And also, I'm naturally inquisitive. So when I got invited to go to Israel, the condition was, for me, was I want to be able to ask any question to anyone without censorship or limitations. I don't want to be censored. I don't even like self-censoring. Even YouTube, I've had to change my vocabulary so I don't lose my channel. It fucking irritates me. It's like that we should be able to say what we want when we want, as long as we're not inciting violence and murder. This is how things get resolved, through conversation, and exchange of thought. And some way you find middle ground a lot of the time, and most people are good people. So I went to Israel to have a little look for myself, and I sat there with IDF soldiers, and I'm sure they took great offence to me saying, is there a possibility that Israel were complicit in October the 7th so that Israel could then return with great force, with unforgiving force, just to obliterate Palestine? Do you think that's a possibility that could happen? They gave me their answer, but I asked the question. I mean, for someone who's funded by Israel, I mean, you wouldn't expect someone to say that.
No.
And I barely talk about them. And I mean, I can't speak for Tommy, but I can because he's a friend of mine. And again, no one's funding Tommy Robinson. Ezra Levant, Rebel Media. When Tommy was working for Rebel, and he's getting a wage from Rebel Media, and Ezra Levant is the founder of it, that's his love child, I suppose you could say, well, he's being funded by the Jews. But then again, that means you and me are. I'm pretty sure YouTube has got Jewish hierarchy. We get paid through Google Ads. Are you funded by the Jews, JJ?
I am not.
and I'll tell you what, a main concern of mine is this, is that if people can get that so wrong, What else are they getting wrong? There ain't no one funding me. I'm independent. There's no one telling me what I can and cannot say. Like, I'm kind of, I mean, I'm not an anarchist, but I don't like being told what to do. I believe that I know left from right and right from wrong, and I think that I'm fair. And there'd be no one telling me what to say, bribing me, paying me. And if I was getting $7,000 a post to post about Israel, you'd see 10 a day. I'd be clearing up. So it's just it's a ridiculous concept. But no matter what you say, you've got people on X now that they get absolutely hooked on a conspiracy and they run with it. And why Tommy gets accused of being funded by Israel as well is he leans into the trolls. He takes the piss out of them and he goes, yeah, all right, I'm funded by Mossad. And then he goes and buys a T-shirt from, what are them shops where they sell all the memorabilia and, you know, if you go to London and you get Union Jack hats and badges. Yeah. It's the same in Israel. You go to these places, every single souvenir shop, they'll sell a Mossad T-shirt. He bought one, he'll have a couple of pictures. It's the same picture getting recycled over and over and over again. And the left just clinging onto it. And now the anti-Semitics are clinging onto it. It's like, we got it from all sides. But yeah, what a lot of bollocks. And if I was funded by anybody, I'd tell you, because I'm a truth seeker. So I won't lie to you. If you don't like my truth, that's a you problem, not a me problem. No one funds me. No one tells me what to do, say, or think, period.
All right, fair dues. Now, you've got some grief lately from the ethno-nationalists.
I have.
I call them loons. These people who want to, they deport me. They got in power. It doesn't matter whether you're born in this country or not, whether you're British or not. They want everyone who's not white to be kicked out of the country. And they've been attacking you because you're not agreeing with them.
No. I think the problem with the ethno-Nazis at the moment, particularly on X, they're very, very big. They're vocal. I think there's a lot of bots there. But would they be as big in numbers on the streets? I don't know. Are they acting to push the Overton window even further afield? I don't know, but there's a lot of venom within that movement. And yeah, they don't like me because I like people like you. They would want you to go back to wherever you're originally from, like your ancestors are from. Yeah. Which is where, by the way?
Dad, Nigeria, Mum, Zimbabwe.
Right, okay. So yeah, so if they had it their way, you'd be gone. Now, my argument is, I don't want white indigenous Brits to be replaced. Of course I don't. Same as you wouldn't want Nigeria to be replaced with people that look like me. Like, it's nice to have different countries where different people are born, grow, raised, live differently. It makes going on holiday far more exciting. But I don't want to eliminate everyone that's come over here, especially if they've assimilated. I mean, let's take you, I don't want to put you on, but let's take you for an example. You're over here, you're contributing towards society, you're part of the community, you work every day, you pay your taxes, you're funding half these that haven't got a fucking job. So hang about. If it weren't for me, you'd be fucked. You'd have no benefits. So for me, like, I like exchange of value, and I don't care what colour you are, where you come from, as long as we're on the same page and we're somewhere in the middle. We want to preserve our culture, our heritage. We're proud of the Union Jack. It's England first. I mean, if you was over here saying Nigeria first and fuck England, I'd be like, well, there's a problem. But you're obviously not, are you?
No.
This is your home. It feels like home to you. It's like, well, if this feels like home to you and we think and feel the same things, well, you're my brother. I know we don't look alike, but it's like, I'll have your back and I dare say you'll have mine because we're going in the same direction. So, yeah, I'm not into, believe it or not, I know I'm very vocal about stuff, but I'm into unity. I'm not into division. And you can eliminate stuff if you just look at someone's character. What's their intrinsic goal and agenda? What are they here for? What purpose do they serve? Well, if we went to war, they'd be right beside you. So, yeah, that's why the FNATs don't like me, because I don't want it to be 100% white, blue eyes, blonde hair. I like a little mix, but I will say I understand where they're coming from because, you know, we are being, I think, replaced. We're reducing quite rapidly, and I would like to cap it at maybe, 90% Indigenous, maybe 85 at a push, and I think that should be the world over. I wouldn't want to see Africa replaced with white people. I just wouldn't want to. I like the fact that different countries have got different people, beliefs, cultures, and systems in place. I want to go to Ghana and tuck into some fufu.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy that.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Caribbean and eat some plantain.
Yeah.
I want to go to Spain and eat tapas.
Yeah.
I want to embrace it. So, yeah, ethno-nationalism, they need to just calm it down, keep it within the realms of reality, stop attacking people and smearing them with lies and bollocks. And because a lot of them remind me of the far left. If they don't get their own way, toys out the pram, tantrum, you're this, you're that, you're funded by that person, you're a Zionist, you're sucking, it's like, come on, keep it real. But again, I've got no problem really with them. I just think maybe they need to grow up and learn a little bit and maybe get out of their little bubble that they're in.
Yeah.
Because I'm well travelled as well.
Yeah.
So I used to work in travel. It's another story, got me out of a very tight spot.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was working the door, I was getting all sorts of trouble and I was destined for jail and I needed a job to get me out, and I worked my way into a travel job for several years, and I was good at selling. So I won a lot of competitions, travelled a lot of countries. So I've seen different people in their own country and how welcoming they were to me.
Yeah.
And in return, I appreciated them and I adapted, I assimilated to them. So again, if you're a foreigner and you don't assimilate, then you can fuck off.
Yeah.
But if you do assimilate and it's Britain first and it's English culture first, then it's like, well, what's the problem? I don't care what you look like. Ain't no goddamn thing.
Now, what about the right side of politics? You got Reform, you got Advance UK, and you got Restore Britain. Do you trust any of those people to lead this country?
I don't trust anybody. I believe that the political elite it's them first, then us. It's their political career first, then us. And you can't trust somebody that's got narcissistic tendencies, that are self-serving. So the jury's out. I'm politically homeless at the moment, and all the people that have come on my show and I've interviewed, I've been honest. No matter how passionate they are about a party, it's like, well, I don't rush into anything. That's how mistakes are made. And we've got a little bit of time, although I do know it's running out rapidly. But I look at all these political parties and I think there's sidestepping, there's flip-flopping. And just to be clear, I'm all up for changing your mind if you're presented with new evidence. I always leave room in my mind for doubt. Like, I don't know it all at all. I think that's why I do quite well with my show, because I know the more I learn, I realise the less I knew.
Yeah.
So I like to ask questions and think, oh, okay, well, I didn't know that 6 months ago when I was hell-bent on this theory.
Yeah.
Now I know that. Now I know it's true. I change my position. I think that's good. But I think the right-hand side of politics, sadly, there's too much ego. And also you find with the right compared to the left, I think the left is a mental health issue, personally. I think they need a check-up from the neck up. They need some counselling. They could do with a psychotherapist on tap all the time. But the right, they're so desperate for change and help and assistance that they're just clinging on to hope. They're the first to donate to stuff. They're the first to congregate, to help. You remember what it used to be like? I don't know where you're from, but like your background, but I am very much working class. I was born up on a council estate in Broadfield. Same. Yeah. So we used to leave our back gates and back doors open. People would come in and out, and there was community.
Yeah.
And I think the people in Parliament, they've never felt that fabric. They've never had a taste of that, and it's beautiful. So I don't trust any of them. The jury's out. I'm watching with a hawk eye. I hope they can put country before ego, stop flexing, stop dick measuring, because no one's more important than the collective country. Because future generations, like my children, my grandchildren, their children, they rely on people coming together.
Yeah.
So yeah, the jury's out for me. But going back, I don't trust anyone, but I'm desperate to. I'm desperate to trust someone.
Well, look, there's not many options. I don't think Starmer's going to survive. I don't think he'll even be Prime Minister at the next election. So you basically got Zach Polanski of the Green Party.
Can we call him Nutsack Polanski?
You've got him.
Wow.
Then you've got Farage and you've got Rupert Lowe.
Rupert Lowe.
I don't think Advance UK are going to do much. I like Ben Habib. He's a decent fella, but his party aren't up to much.
No, I agree, and I really like Ben Habib. I'll tell you what I like about Ben Habib with Advance. He's dropped the political snobbery, because there's also a class war. I mean, there's division everywhere, and there is a class war, and he is higher echelon. He is very well educated. I mean, he's a smart guy, very inspiring human being. But as far as being a political leader, and it's nothing I've not said to him in person, because he's been on my show twice. I think he's too kind. I think he's too nice. I don't think he's ruthless enough to lead the way. I think it'd be a great number 2. And I hate saying this. I don't want to feel like I'm slagging anybody off.
Yeah.
But I need to think about the country, because we're not here for a long time. And the time that we are here, we want it to be enjoyable. We want to flourish. We want to grow. We want the economy to boom. We want everyone to have the nicest life possible. So you've got to be realistic. There's no point adding fluff and sort of protecting people you like. Lovely bloke, Ben Habib. I don't think he's ruthless enough to be a leader. Rupert Lowe, we'll see. It's still, Restore is still in its infancy, so you don't really know. He's got some interesting people following him, backing him, being very vocal on his behalf. I think if I was him, I would just set the record straight and just say, just so you know, people, if someone qualifies and they tick all the boxes and they're black, they're in.
Yeah.
As long as they're not putting Islam first or Niger or their country, as long as if they're black but it's England first and it's Christian values and it's family unit, then they're on board. We're all moving in the same direction. Nigel Farage, I mean, what a communicator. You can't knock him for some of the work he's done over the years. Phenomenal. But because I know things that other people aren't particularly privy to, again, I don't trust him fully. I think he's got ultimate potential. You'd have asked me this 2 years ago, Farage would have been my man. Please, Nigel, please follow through with what you're saying. But he's backtracked on bits and pieces. We have to accept that Islam is here to stay, so we've got to start working with them. It's like, we don't need Islam creeping into Parliament. Why? Why? We don't need people swearing on the Quran in Parliament. Westminster, the capital of our country. It's a Christian country. Let's keep it that, because as long as you keep inviting these, other groups, other ideologies to come in, all of a sudden they grow. And that's how replacement begins.
Would you also be against someone swearing on the Torah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's a Christian country. And forget going back millions of years, people always like to go, well, back when the dinosaurs were alive, it used to... It's like, forget that. Let's just talk about here and now. This is where we're at. For as long as I can remember, it's been a Christian country, and it worked, and it's changed since other ideas and ideologies and groups and think tanks have come in and infested what was once harmonious. So, Westminster... Great Britain, England is a Christian country, and if you're coming into Parliament, you swear on the Bible, or you're not welcome to join that political party.
Well, what's to stop a Jewish MP saying, okay, I'll swear on the Bible, but the Bible means nothing to them. So just like you give me, I'm going to be an MP, you give me the yellow pages, you got to swear on the yellow pages, JJ. All right, sweet. I swear I'll be a good MP on the yellow pages. It doesn't mean anything to them. Surely it shows you their dedication, that they're saying, no, if I'm going to swear, I want to do this properly to what something that is important to me. I want it to be the Torah. I want it to be the Quran.
I'd say, well, in that case, my old son, you need to go be an MP in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, because we don't want liars in Parliament either. We don't want bias against our own culture. We don't want lies. We're sick of being lied to. We're not as silly as Parliament like to think we are. We've been gaslit by the mainstream media for years, gaslit by Parliament. Starmer will look you in the eye and tell you you're white. That's how fucked he is. We don't want to be gaslit. He'll tell me I've got a ponytail. Like, no, Starmer, you're gaslighting me. I know I haven't. I checked it this morning. I shaved it this morning. So we want honesty. We want unity. We want to keep it traditionally British. And sorry, Islam isn't traditionally British. We don't want our women covered in masks. We don't want them covered head to toe. We don't want them to speak when they're spoken to. I was raised by women, so I've kind of got more skin in the game to object to Islam. My mum, my nan, my heroes, loves of my life. And if they ever got with a man that said to them, you're now going to cover yourself, whew, they'd get a knock on the door real quick. And there probably wouldn't be any words.
Okay.
I'd sing to them. Like I did you.
Yeah. Who is speaking for the working class, the ordinary people these days? I don't see a politician doing it. Who is going to be our voice?
That's a good question. Who's speaking for the ordinary people? I'll tell you who's speaking for the ordinary people. Ordinary people. Because they're the only people that can. Mm-hmm. Westminster is so detached from ordinary people, they can't speak for us. And I don't think they care about us. Again, career politicians, they're there to protect themselves. And I understand that, you know, it is each man for himself. But when you're putting yourself in a position where you're morally obligated to protect and serve the masses, you need to fulfill your job. And they're not speaking for the ordinary people because they haven't got the first idea about an ordinary person. So it is left to individuals to speak up, speak for themselves, speak for their community, encourage that others do so. Don't fear being branded. All the usual taglines that have been put in place to silence ordinary people. Mm-hmm. I don't really want ordinary people speaking because it goes against their globalist agenda. So the people that are speaking for the ordinary people are ordinary people. I mean, I could rattle off obvious names, but I won't because I want to encourage other ordinary people, bricklayers, scaffolders, office workers, the forgotten people. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, I tell you how you can be remembered. Just start speaking up. Be careful what you say because we've now got thought police in place. Be careful what you say, but say how you feel, irrespective of backlash, because it's only virtue signalling people that are going to challenge you anyway. Like, do you agree with the caliphate, with the Islamic takeover? Do you want children to be raped en masse? Mm. Of course you don't. Say it out loud. And not only that, and I say this time and time again, we got enough of our own scumbags. There's enough white trash in the community. There's a lot of scumbags that hide behind the church that want to fucking misbehave and fiddle about with kids. Mm-hmm. Like they don't get a green light. Not from me. We may be the same colour. I'll come for you both barrels if you dare harm a child's head. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm in quite a good position to kind of to challenge people that are performing badly, like bad actors. Yeah. Because anyone that's watching this that follow me will know that I've put my own father in jail. So there ain't no one safe from me. You go near a child, you go near a woman, and you've got bad intentions, and you're cruel, and you're evil, and you're perverse, and you're demonic. I'm fucking coming for you. I don't care who you are, where you're from, where you were born. Like, I'm your enemy now.
Mm. Now, you said before about Nigel Farage, there's stuff you know about him that if the public perhaps then knew, he wouldn't have as much support. Is that fair? It would make us question, maybe?
Well, I think you should question everything, but you know what people are like when they're fanatical about certain things. Mm-hmm. They just won't have a bad word said.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Ian Huntley's mum would tell all her friends, he's misunderstood, it was this, it was that, not my son. People just have the blinkers on and they believe what they want to believe. So I'm not entirely sure. And I don't want to slam Farage because I do appreciate his work, and I think at the moment reform are our only hope for change. And there's nothing to say that when he comes into power, because I think he's got a very good chance. Mm-hmm. I think reform have got a very, very good chance of stealing the seat in plotting in number 10 with his beer and his snout. But I think hopefully if he's playing the game and he's trying to appeal to the left and the right and the centre, that when he gets in, he can then say, right, bam, we're now gonna live like this. The country's now going to be steered in this direction, and we're not going to be messed around with. We're no longer going to be a joke on the world stage. We're going to be taken seriously like we used to be. But then that kind of goes into I think if you lie in your manifesto, it should be punishable by jail. That should be a serious crime. You lie in your manifesto, you harness all this support, you give people all this hope. Wow, we're going to be saved. As soon as you get in number 10, bam, you change, and then it's your agenda. It's you're now pushing communism. You're now pushing the unholy alliance. No one voted for that. Nobody voted for mass migration, industrial scale rape of children. No one voted for tax hikes. No one voted for their nans to go cold in winter. You convinced us that you was the man for the job, that you was going to make Britain a bigger, better, brighter place.
Yeah.
And you've conned us. You've scammed us out of our belief and our hope. Shame on you. You're going to jail. Starmer should be in jail.
Okay.
There's your YouTube title. That's the thumbnail.
Now, you worked security back in the day. You're a bit of a tough geezer, yeah?
I'm a bit of a geezer,
Bit of a
JJ.
geezer, yeah, a little bit of a geezer, Ebenezer. What's some of the worst things you saw, crime-wise?
Ooh, crime's rife when you're working the doors. Certainly back in the 90s and early 2000s, people are up to no good. You know, people are making a living doing what they can do in nightclubs that they can't do in an office. But the violence is probably more what you're interested in.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was never involved in criminality. I'm too loud to be involved in criminality. I'll be banged up immediately. It's like, he ain't very low key. But yeah, the violence back in the day, working the door, it was regular. It was quite hardcore at times, but it was manageable if you had a strong door team. I've seen horrendous things. I mean, I've been stabbed myself multiple times, 8 times in one sitting. But that, funny enough, that wasn't on the door. I've seen people get glasses rammed in their face. And I'll tell you what's heartbreaking. When you've got a conscience and you do the job for the right reasons. Now, I've always been a protector by default. When I was at school, if the boy that was getting bullied, it weren't on my watch. Even if I had friends, because kids are cruel.
Yeah.
I would say, no. We don't do that. Is there nothing wrong? Don't pick on him. It's not nice. I could see the pain in his eyes, and then it sort of transports to me.
Yeah.
I'm like that. I can be in a cafeteria, see someone look sad. I don't know them, and it makes me feel sad. So I've always been a protector, and that's why I got into security. So there has been times where I've seen something horrific, and I've been 15 seconds too late, and then that haunts me. But on the flip side of that, I've also been there just in the nick of time, or most of the time I've been there before it happens, because I'm not good at many things, but I've got a fucking good sixth sense, and I can smell danger before the perpetrator even knows what he's going to do. I scan it out. But yeah, it was violent. It was mainly fisticuffs. I mean, there's times where people behave like pack animals, and bottling was kind of a thing back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Bottle over your head, but now it's all plastic glasses, plastic bottles.
Yeah.
And the violence has definitely decreased in the nightclub scene, but it's completely evolved on the streets.
So what happened with you getting stabbed 8 times?
In a kebab shop, people was outside the front. It was kicking off. I've got like having doner meat and chips in one hand, Diet Coke in another, trying to sober up from the session. And then all these lads are sort of kicking off, and then someone said something to me. I said, don't behave like a Wally or a Pillock or a Pratt. Words to that effect. Yeah. And then boom, 4 of them, they switched on me, and then someone went for a shot. I moved back, managed to land one on him. And it was out of the 4 people, it was the quiet bloke that done me with the knife. Wow. It was the quiet bloke, and as the first one that he's put in me, because I'm fighting with one guy, and I'm not just saying this to pretend that I'm a perfect person. You know, I've been in many a scrape that I probably could have avoided. I'm normally fighting to protect one of my mates. Yeah. But yeah, the quiet person was the one that ended up, nearly killing me, trying to kill me. And as I had a little tussle with one bloke, turned round because I knew that there was 4 of them, and then boom, he's hit me, stabbed me in the stomach, and I thought, cool, he's hit me so hard he's popped a rib. But then he's going for it up and down my ribs, in my back. The last one was in the back of the head. And then in the end, people are funny. It was back then, like now everyone records everything. Yeah. Oh, it would have made a great scene. They'd have loved it now. Yeah. But it was back then when there was no phones recording, but everyone was no one got involved. Everyone thought, fuck that. It was like, Liam, he's got a knife, run. So eventually, I did run. The last bit of adrenaline I had. And have you ever seen the film Chopper? Yeah. Remember when he's in the room where he walks about and his mate stabs him and he says, it's a bit early for kung fu, mate. Yeah. And then he pulls his top up and you've got all these just stab wounds pumping out blood. It was exactly like that. And then I knew I had to get to the station. I knew that if I lay down,
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
Yeah.
No ifs, buts or maybes. I could feel the energy. I could sort of feel the life force drain out of me. Once the adrenaline was going and I'm pumping out blood.
Yeah.
I can show you all the Mars bars after. But then I managed to get to the station. Someone got an ambulance. And then I was back cracking jokes in the ambulance while my best mate was crying his eyes out. But as soon as I knew I was going to live,
Yeah.
it was just more upsetting for my mum.
Yeah.
And laughing wasn't nice when I was stitched up. All my mates were coming round, visiting me, and they're cracking jokes. And I mean, I know I'm a bit aggy when I'm talking about things that I'm passionate about, but on a whole, man, I mean, you've seen me off camera.
Yeah.
I try not to take too much too serious because we're all going to die one day.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I didn't die then.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
Do you think we're tough enough on criminals in this country?
No, we're not. We're tough on the wrong people. And this is the problem.
Like who? Who are we tough on?
Well, Lucy Connolly, I think, was quite tough on. People are getting sent to jail for typing words that offend on the internet. I mean, who on earth do you think you are to decide what is and isn't offensive? I mean, who in God's name do you think you are? I mean, that's narcissism 101. Talk about having an inflated ego and opinion of yourself. It's like, no one cares about your offence, mate. Although the police have now adopted that. Oh, if it's offensive, we're going to come and nick you. So, yeah, crime is very weak. Priorities are out of proportion. The media are linked with the media are the establishment weapon leg. That's all intertwined with the Met Police. So you've got this whole smelter of people that have got it all wrong. So we're going to target the person that's offending people on the internet. That's an easy nicking, isn't it? It's in writing. You haven't even got to do any investigation. Well, there's the evidence there. Oh, well, you'll nick me, old beauty. But then you get the old lady that gets her purse snatched, or someone gets their car robbed, or somebody gets their house burgled. Oh, here's your crime reference number. I don't want a crime reference number. I want justice. I want to know that I can go to sleep at night and the person that burgled my house will never do it again because they're in jail. And crimes like house burglary. I mean, I know people that got a smack on the wrist. Oh, they've had a bad past. They've got a drug habit.
Yeah.
They get 18 months. Fuck them. I've had a bad past. I wouldn't go and burgle someone's house.
Yeah.
Nicking all their belongings that they've inherited from their dad, grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, it's outrageous. So there needs to, anybody that goes into this is like a bugbear of mine. That's why I'm sort of clinging on to it. Anyone that goes into someone's house and burgles them, you're getting 10 years, mate. I don't care if you're feeding a heroin habit. I don't care what your circumstances are.
Yeah.
You've just broken into someone's house that's their castle, where their family live, their wife, their children. You've now instilled fear in all of them for the rest of their life, not just momentarily, and you've took what was theirs that wasn't yours. 10 years. Same as knife crime. You've stabbed someone. Double figures, you're carrying a knife. Too bad. There's a lump of bird for you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate there's nuance with knife crime. And it breaks my heart to think that there's mothers out there. I picture my mum how upset she was when I got stabbed. That was what upset me the most. Looking in my mum's eye thinking, shit, she thought I was dead. So I think of all these kids stabbing themselves and killing each other because they come from a different postcode or for what? For no reason, to get their stripes. It's almost like an induction now. Go and put a knife in him and you're in the gang. So, yeah, that needs to be stamped out real bad and fast. So, yeah, we're focusing on the wrong crime. We're focusing on things that aren't really a crime. So we are soft. There's no deterrent. People are going to jail having a whale of a time.
Yeah.
Unless they're put on solitary and like they've got the psychological trauma. They're going in, they're networking, they're working out how to do it bigger and better next time and not get caught. Fucking holiday camp. So no, we need to crack down on crime. And if foreigners come over here and they commit crime, it should be absolute obligatory home for you, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I live in Wimbledon. Well, you don't now. you come from Zimbabwe, that's where you're going.
What are you picking on Zimbabwe for?
You mentioned it. Afghan, Sudan, Syria, Pakistan, Albanians. Well, you look at them. You look at the level of violence now that we got the Albanians coming in. You go back to violence in the nightclub days. We're now dealing with horrendous violence, levels that England aren't used to.
Yeah.
Some of the European countries, extreme violence is a way of life for them. Russians, Albanians. England, really, we used to like a fisticuffs and a pint.
Yeah.
A couple of days later, we're having that pint together.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got about a few of my best mates. We started with misunderstandings in our teenage years. You had that mutual respect for each other. Now it's just off the limits. They want to go far too far to prove it's bad out there.
Liam, last question. If you could say one thing to the far left and to the far right, what would it be?
Sort your fucking heads out. Like, we're in this, whether you realise it or not, we're on the precipice of a civil war. Like, we are in a real shit state. We need to pull together. Like, don't be fooled by Sadiq Khan's gaslighting. Diversity is not our strength. Unity is our strength. So the sooner that we can start focusing on each other's common ground and similarities, we may be able to find some kind of solution. But I think the far left are mentally ill, so whatever I say now will go over their head. They will find something to slag me off about, and the people on the far right won't like me because I'm sat here with a black man.
Yeah.
So where the fuck do I go from here? And in fact, not the far right. I think the far right now are what the right used to be. I think we're talking about the extreme right, which is a very small percentage, but they're very loud on X. So yeah, I would just say, come on guys, drop your ego, look at the similarities we've got, stop lying about people that you don't agree with, stop trying to smear people's names and reputations, because none of us are perfect, we're all flawed, but we are stronger together, and unity is 100% our strength.
Well, that is a very special episode of Daily Espresso. Thank you to Liam Tufts. Make sure you check out his channel, The Dozen, with Liam Tufts. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic show, mate. I really love it. One of my favourites. So check it out. Liam Tufts, The Dozen. That's today's Daily Espresso. Like, share, subscribe. Hype. And also, once more, go to Liam's channel. So many long-form interviews. If you enjoyed that 45-minute interview that we've just done, he has 90-minute long interviews across his channel. Check it out. Bye-bye.